It gives me great pleasure to bring to the podium Mark Golodetz, our editor-at-large, who in turn will introduce the winner of our European Winery of the Year, Taylor, Fladgate, and Finseca Port. Mark, come right up.
Thank you, Adam. Ooh, let's get this flat. In this, perhaps the most traditional of all wine regions, Portugal, the Fladgate Group can be seen as a traditionalist and also as an innovator. Traditionalist is when one looks back at the vintage ports made in the 20th century. Taylor and Finseca are always in the top tier, continuing a tradition that goes back 300 years. One can see the same deft touch that has transformed the wines of the two recently acquired houses, Croft and Delaforce. When I tasted their 2000 vintage ports, I couldn't believe the changes that had been made there. The wines have been totally transformed and are light years ahead of what they were in the last 3 decades. They're traditionalists too when they think about their innovations and their technology. They're rebuilding the lagar at Croft so the grapes are crushed as they've been crushed for centuries by the human foot. It's still the best way to make vintage port, and it's a sign of the commitment they've made to the Croft brand. But they're also innovators in technology as well, having developed a robotic foot used to crush grapes for tawnies and LBVs, resulting in high-quality port at a very reasonable price. They're innovators in the marketplace, as single-handedly they invented a whole category of port, LBV, that's now one of the best sellers of the region. The measure of their success is how quickly the other port houses followed Taylor's lead, and yet Taylor is still the #1 brand for LBV in the United States. Their success also comes from an intimate understanding of the marketplace, the importance of branding, and recognizing early the trend that consumers are really looking to drink better if they can do so on a budget, and then actually going out into the marketplace and producing something to make it work. The Fladgate Group is a family business that has, for over 3 centuries, given us some of the greatest wines ever produced. A new generation has arrived, and it comes with the promise of a continuation of old traditions when they make sense, as well as the promise to make changes when they don't. Not only will this enable them to meet the challenges of the 21st century, but they will be, as ever, leaders of one of Europe's most important and cherished wine regions. I take great pleasure in introducing Adrian Bridge of the Fladgate Group, this year's recipient of the Wine Enthusiast 2003 Winery of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's certainly a great pleasure to be here and accept the award from the Wine Enthusiast for the European Winery of the Year. I'm here as the representative of a family company stretching back over 300 years. And it is perhaps, we're very fortunate to have some of the best vineyards of the Douro, perhaps to maintain some of the ancient traditions that continue to produce some of the finest ports, to have the people, to have the technology that allow us to produce those ports, because undoubtedly it's the people that make the difference. And it's really a great pleasure for me at what is, I think, an Oscar ceremony here, a wine Oscar ceremony, to thank the Wine Enthusiast and to accept the award for the European Winery of the Year on behalf of the dedicated team of professionals that I'm fortunate enough to lead back in Portugal. Port is one of those noble wines that has a tremendous heritage, and it is also a wine that is used throughout the world for loyal toasts. So what I would like to do is to perhaps end a very short few words by raising a glass of port, not only to the Wine Enthusiast and its team of people, but also to everybody in this room who I think to collectively personify what is the very best in our industry. So let me raise a glass of port to all of you and to thank the Wine Enthusiast for this award. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.